Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Sorry we're starting a little bit late.
No, it's 3:30.
Very good. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Sorry we're starting a little bit late. Before we get started, I want to address an absence which you may notice up here. Lucas Matthyssse will not be joining us today. He had a little travel delay down in Argentina. He will be leaving Argentina tonight and will be joining us in the morning. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and apologize for that. But we have these great fighters up here, so let's get going. Our main event this Saturday in Atlantic City is Lamont Peterson versus Lucas Matthyssse, which is a 12-round welterweight fight. Our co-main event, Devon Alexander versus Lee Purdy for Alexander's IBF Welterweight World Championship. We also have a great undercard, which I'll get into in a little more detail. But on Showtime Extreme, we have a fight that could probably stand on its own as a main event in some places. Sean Porter versus Phil LaGreco. We also have Anthony Agogo versus Edgar Perez, and time permitting, Harry Khan, who is Amir Khan's younger brother, facing Vicente Medellin. Saturday, May 18th, Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, promoted by Golden Boy Promotions, sponsored by Caesars Atlantic City, Corona, and AT&T. Will be live on Showtime Championship Boxing beginning at 9 o'clock. Showtime Extreme begins at 7 o'clock. The event will also be available in Spanish. Stephen will get into a little more details about the event, but it will be available in Spanish and SAP. Tickets are still available. Very reasonably priced, starting at just $25 up to $250 for ringside seats. We urge everybody to get out and get your tickets. You know, a lot of people still think that the Jersey Shore in Atlantic City is in disrepair. It's not. We've actually had 2 boxing events since Hurricane Sandy, and we had great crowds at both. We had actually a fight about 2 weeks after Hurricane Sandy and had a great crowd. So we urge everybody to come out, come to Atlantic City, enjoy the shore, and enjoy the fights. Some scheduling for this week. Tomorrow we have fighter roundtables that'll be taking place at Caesars in the Media Center at Caesars, which is the Apollo and Zeus rooms, beginning at 1 o'clock. We'll have Lamont Peterson, Lucas Matthyssse, Devon Alexander, Lee Purdy, Anthony Peterson, Anthony Agogo, and Haroon Khan will all be on hand for one-on-ones. And on Friday we have our weigh-in, which is open to the public. It'll be in the lobby at Caesars. Begins at 3:30 p.m. And then on fight night, doors open at 3:30. First fight starts at 3:30. As I said, we have a big undercard. So we urge everybody to get there early, check out all the action. A few people in attendance today that I'd like to acknowledge and thank. First is Aaron Davis, who's the commissioner of the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. I want to thank him and his staff. It's always great doing shows in Atlantic City and in New Jersey because you get to deal with them. They're very professional and very good. Also, Ken Condon, who's a sports and entertainment consultant for Caesars Atlantic City, who we work with often, and everyone at Caesars and Bally's are great to work with. They've got great properties down there. Now to say a few words, someone who is in attendance. He's the Executive Vice President and General Manager of Showtime Sports, Stephen Espinoza.
Thanks, Dave. For the past few weeks, Showtime has been showcasing the best fighters in the world at the 140, 147, and 154-pound divisions, bringing fans not just exciting and competitive fights, but some of the biggest names in the sport and some of the biggest well-known stars in the sport. And that is something that you can only see on Showtime. This weekend, we're going to be continuing that theme again, showcasing some of the top fighters in the 140 and 147-pound division. I'm not going to say much about these fights because, quite honestly, when you have fights this good, the fights speak for themselves. Lamont Peterson versus Lucas Matthyssse promises to be one of the most exciting and hardest-hitting fights, possibly the entire year. Lucas is coming off probably one of the candidates, strong candidates for knockout of the year in his last fight on Showtime in January. It's been a little while since we've had Lamont Peterson on Showtime. We're happy to welcome back. He is one of the 48 fighters who got their start on ShowBox and later went on to win a world title. So we're again happy to have Lamont back in the family. As for Devon Alexander, feels like every press conference that I'm at, I'm announcing a Devon Alexander fight. He's been a little bit snake bit, but I'm very happy that we've got here one of the most skilled fighters in any division, and he's going to have his hands full, for sure, against a very difficult opponent, Lee Purdy, who has the opportunity of a lifetime, really, and in the biggest fight of his entire career. The broadcast on Sunday will feature two features which have become some of the most popular hallmarks and unique features of the Showtime broadcast. As Dave said, we will be starting with our Showtime Extreme fight at 7 p.m. This very popular series, this time we'll be featuring, you know, a battle of two undefeated welterweights, which easily could have been on the Showtime card, as well as two of the UK's most promising newcomers in Haroon Khan and Anthony Ogogo. Then at 9 p.m. on Showtime, again, another unique feature of Showtime programming, we'll be featuring the epilogue episode, All Access Mayweather versus Guerrero epilogue, which covers the last few days before the fight and fight night, taking you behind the scenes and giving a view of fight night on the biggest fight of the year in a way that no one else showed you. That's 9 o'clock. Immediately following that will be Devon Alexander at roughly 9:15. We'll be simulcast in Spanish on SAP. We're proud to be involved in this fight. We'll see you Saturday night.
Thank you, Stephen. As I alluded to, we've got a big undercard. A few fighters that'll be participating on the undercard. Robert Easter Jr. Out of Toledo will be fighting in a 4-round lightweight fight. Two United States Olympians, one from the New York area, Rockville Center, Jamel Herring, will be facing Victor Galindo in a 4-round lightweight fight. Also, the only 3-time U.S. Olympian in history, Rashid Warren of Cincinnati, will be facing Angel Carvajal of Chicago. We also have a fighter that we at Golden Boy co-promote with Miguel Cotto Promotions, Cesar Seda. He'll be taking on Miguel Tamayo of Obregon, Mexico in an 8-round bantamweight fight. Thomas Williams of Washington, D.C., great undefeated prospect. He'll be taking on veteran Otis Griffin of Sacramento. A lot of you may remember Otis Griffin as the winner of a boxing reality show some years back. And also on the undercard, we have Anthony Peterson of Washington, D.C., who will be facing Dominic Salcido, who is an exciting fighter from the Alto, California. They'll be facing off in a 10-round lightweight fight. Now to say a few words, I'd like to bring up Lamont's younger brother and a pretty damn good fighter in his own right, Anthony Peterson.
How everybody doing today? It's fight time. Y'all know what time when it's fight time with fighters. I don't really have much to say. Want to thank Headbangers. Want to thank Barry, Patrice Hers, Danny Ellis, and my man Jamie, Andre as well. And most of all, I want to thank my brother, you know, for all the performances he put up, you know, for over the years of boxing. And I'm just ready to fight. And I can show y'all better than I can tell you come Saturday night. And I hope y'all all attend. And thank you.
As I mentioned earlier, we have fights that are going to be shown on Showtime Extreme. As I said, Amir Khan's younger brother, who made his pro debut last month, will be making his U.S. debut in a 4-round fight against Vicente Medellin from Khan Promotions. Asif Valley is here. I want to acknowledge him. Also, a fight that we're really excited about at Golden Boy, Sean Porter versus Phil LaGreco. You've got two undefeated fighters putting the O on the line, you know, in what should be a great fight. Also, I want to acknowledge Salvador Kirky, who we co-promote LaGreco with, and his manager Christian Kirky. They'll be fighting in a 10-round junior middleweight fight. Also on Extreme will be a fighter that we at Golden Boy recently signed, who recently made his pro debut, who we're extremely excited to be working with. Want to acknowledge from his team, Dean Baker. As I said, he recently made his pro debut, came off of a very impressive amateur career, which he capped off with a bronze medal at the London Olympics. He's a former soccer player, former model, former television personality. He does a little bit of everything. He'll be facing Edgar Perez of Puerto Rico in a 6-round middleweight fight this Saturday. He has a record of 1-0 with 1 KO from Lowestoft, England, and the New York Rangers' newest fan, Anthony Agogo.
Thanks everyone. Thanks for the introduction, David. I've been in New York now for nearly a week. Everyone's been so kind to me. I'd like to thank Golden Boy for this opportunity to box on this great card. I'm really thrilled. This is why I wanted to sign with Golden Boy, to be in places like this and boxing arenas like the Boardwalk Hall. And I'm thrilled to be here. Like I said, everyone's been so kind to me. Everyone's done really good. I'm a wildly ambitious young man. I want to get to the top of world boxing. I know that's a few years down the road, but at the minute I need to take each opportunity as it comes and learn and keep getting better and better as each fight comes. So like I said, I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for the introduction. I can't wait to cheer on Lee against Devon Alexander. It's going to be a great fight. Like I said, I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm just looking to the future. And thank you. Cheers.
PR for Matchroom Boxing. Also Barry and Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We've been working with them quite a bit, and it's always great working with them. Young man here to my left has gotten to where he is with 0 amateur experience, which is something that's pretty impressive. He's risen to popularity in England, turned pro in 2006. He's a number 4 rated IBF welterweight contender. He's stepping in for countryman Kell Brook, who was scheduled more times than I can count to fight Devon, and as Stephen alluded to, the fight never came to, but we're here. Lee was offered the fight, took it right away. I think he said he took it without even knowing what he was going to be getting paid. So that's someone who's coming to fight to win a world title. He's got a record of 23-1 with 13 KOs from Colchester, England, Lee Purdy.
I'm a big underdog in this fight in a lot of people's eyes, but I've come all this way to put on a good fight, and I just hope Devon's done the same. Of late he hasn't looked great, he's holding, but I'm in here to fight and put on a good show for the fans, and you pay your hard-earned money to watch decent fights, and not people to hold for 12 rounds. I'm a big underdog, but I believe I can bring a big upset. And thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Next to Team Alexander, want to acknowledge Kevin Cunningham, I know is out there somewhere, who is, there he is right there, Devon's trainer, father figure, also the CEO of The Great Promotions, which is Devon's promotional company, who we co-promote Devon with. Devon is he's a great fighter. That's really all that can be said, because it's the truth. He's the former IBF Junior Welterweight World Champion and WBC Super Lightweight World Champion. Owns wins over Lucas Matthyssse, Marcos Maidana, Juan Urango, Junior Witter. 2012, he decided to leave the 140-pound division behind, test the waters at welterweight. In his first fight at welterweight, he faced Marcos Maidana, pretty tough customer, beat him fairly handily. In October of last year, he captured the IBF Welterweight World Championship right across the river at Barclays Center. And May 18th, he finally, can't stress finally enough, gets to make his first defense against Lee Purdy after the numerous postponements he's had to suffer through. He's got a record of 24-1 with 13 KOs. Very proud native of St. Louis, Missouri, Devon Alexander the Great.
Good afternoon to everybody. I didn't understand a word this guy just said when he was talking about, you know, holding or whatever. I don't understand a word he just said, but nevertheless, I want to thank God first and foremost, because without him, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank my team Alexander over there. You guys know who you is. I see you every day, so I ain't gonna say your name. I want to thank Showtime for, you know, continue to believe in me, continue to put me on with the best fighters out there. Golden Boy been a good help to my career. Al Heyman, I'm with Al Heyman now, and his team. I want to thank them as well. Great promotions, my promotions. We on the rise, just slowly, but nevertheless. Like Dave said, finally, you know, I've been postponed, you know, 3 times with Kell Brook. I was supposed to fight Kell Brook in January, but now here he is with May 18th, fighting Lee Purdy, a very suitable opponent for me, and I'm ready. I've been ready. You know, it doesn't matter what Lee Purdy is going to do. You know, what he's going to bring Saturday night. It doesn't matter, because I'm at the peak of my career where ain't nobody beat me, and I'm continue to learn, continue to progress. So he in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know. So I'm just ready to fight. You know, I've been ready to fight. You know, and after this fight, I'll be looking to bigger and better things come to Showtime. You know, and, hopefully I can be able to get that opportunity. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Devon. Want to just say a few words about Lucas MATTHYSSE. First, I want to acknowledge our co-promoter for Lucas, and that's Mario Arano from Arano Box Promotions. Lucas is probably one of the most feared fighters on the planet. I think that's part of the reason why Lamont wanted to face him. Lamont likes to take on challenges, and everybody seems to run the other way when they hear Lucas's name. Part of that's because of his knockout power. If you want to ask someone a question and get firsthand information on that, you can ask Devon. Devon fought him and tasted his power. He's only lost twice. Both were fights in his opponent's hometowns, which were controversial in nature. A lot of people think he should be undefeated right now. In his last 3 fights, he's torn through competition, including Humberto Soto, #1 rated super lightweight contender Olusegun Ajosi, and Mike Dallas, who he drilled in a first-round knockout that Steven said could be a knockout of the year. He's looking to stake his claim as one of the top fighters in the world, continue the tradition of great Argentine fighters. If he were here right now, I'm sure he would tell you he's at the best training camp of his life. He's 100% ready to go, but he'll be able to tell everyone that tomorrow when he gets here. Now moving to Team Peterson. A few people I'd like to acknowledge: Adisa Bakari, who is Team Peterson's attorney; Cologne Hunter, longtime mother figure and head of Headbangers Promotions; also Barry Hunter, Lamont's trainer and father figure. Want to just thank and acknowledge all of them. And now turning to the young man sitting to my right, who has he's been through it all in life. I think part of the reason too why he's willing to face a guy like Lucas is nothing he sees in the ring is going to be like what he's faced in life. And as everybody knows, he had a very, very rough childhood growing up in DC, homeless for a period of time. He overcame that, fought his way to the top, and eventually won a world title by defeating Amir Khan, actually winning a unified world title by defeating Amir Khan just a few miles from where he lived on the streets in his hometown in DC, which was a pretty great story for him and for boxing in general. He's the IBF Junior Welterweight World Champion. He came back from a little bit of a layoff in February and scored an impressive 8th round technical knockout win over former world champion Kendall Holt. He's looking to keep the rhythm going, get right back in the ring, and take on MATTHYSSE and cement his status on the pound-for-pound list. With a record of 31-1-1 with 16 KOs, the IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, from Washington, D.C., Lamont Peterson.
Good afternoon. See, this is going to be the first time I was going to talk trash at the press conference against my opponent, but he don't even show up. So, but nah, I'm looking forward to a great fight this weekend. Just want to thank a few people. Of course, Team Peterson for getting me in great shape, like they always do. Thank Showtime for, putting on fights like this. This is a great card. I want to thank, Golden Boy Promotions for, signing me. This is the first fight, and I think we're gonna start this one off with a bang. If you haven't got your tickets yet, I'm hearing all these names that's on the card. You might want to come get tickets, because hopefully they got a monitor in the back for me to watch the fights, because a lot of my friends are fighting on the card. Of course, my brother. And it's a lot of young talent on the card. I didn't know so many people was fighting on the card. Guys like Anthony and Khan's brother. It's a lot of talent on the card. A lot of them Cincinnati boys gonna be on the card, and even a hometown guy, Thomas Williams. It's a lot of great talent on the card. I'm anxious to watch the fights just like everybody else. Like I said, you might not want to miss this one. And so I urge everybody out, to go and get tickets, and hopefully, y'all enjoy the fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Lamont. Again, this main event is probably one of the best fights that can be made at a very, very talent-rich weight class area in boxing. We urge everybody to come out. Support it, check it out. If you can't be there for some reason, watch it on Showtime. Want to thank everybody here for coming. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you all in Atlantic City on Saturday night. We're now going to pose the fighters.